Hey, Elise, how are you? Let me get my phone shut off. All right, it's shut off. Now it won't be beeping and bothering. Did you get any of that bad weather yesterday, Elise? I thought there for a while we was going to end up in another country. We was shaking, rattling, and rolling. We should have a pretty good sized crowd today. We hope. We hope. You can say hi to Dennis. He's working back over here behind me. And we had to move him out of the other room. That's where we pack stuff in when we travel. It's the only place on this RV that nothing moves. So, yeah, we don't go hunting for nothing in there. Oh, bless you. I tell you, I heard some people got 3 foot of snow. I can't even imagine 3 foot of snow. There could be more in other places, I'm sure. Mm. You been doing any tatting while you've been stuck at home from the weather? Jeremy and them should be showing up pretty soon. It's still a bit early. I like to get in here early just in case, but we had a bunch of new students come in this week. So I just wanted them to come in a little bit early, and if they're here, they can say hello and get used to the way things go around here. Awesome, awesome. What's your real name? AM Fair. So I can call you by your real name. It's hard to tell who people are when they first come in based on their Google name. But once I get to know you by that name, then I'll be able to call you. And you changed your name, didn't you? Or is this the same one? Hi, Melinda. Hi, Carmen. Awesome. Awesome, Elise. You're moving along. I got news for you. I've been checking out your work. How'd you like them winds yesterday, Melinda? We had a couple of really strong gusts that, it startled me. I'll just say that, it startled me, but absolutely terrified the dog. She doesn't like it when the house moves. I know it's cold here where I'm at too. That is strange. Although, Elise, YouTube and Google and Facebook, the three of them have been having a little bit of trouble lately. So it could be they're updating and the updates aren't working like they should. Oh, Carmen, stepping on out there. I like that. The Tat and Chat's going to teach you all so much. It's going to blow your mind. Make sure y'all keep your notepad right next to you so that you can make notes. I'll wait. You just say, hold on, I got to write this down, and I'll wait for you. Just make sure you give me a thumbs up and let me know you got it done. I want this Tat and Chat to be a learning session for you guys. And nothing is any better in a Tat and Chat than the learning process, because you're actually doing something that's more than just a motif. It could be a family heirloom, okay? It could be a focal piece on your wall. How many of you have seen Gail Weaver's pictures of her hallway? Yeah, I'll teach you how to do that, Glenda. Gail Weaver posted some pictures of her hallway on Facebook here a while back. And she bought a bunch of vintage frames and she tatted up collars and doilies and just different things, bookmarks and stuff to fit the frame. And she put it on on a white wall with the frames being like black frames, dark frames, the darker woods, and then red velvet behind the white tatted piece. And she did the whole hallway that way. It's like walking into a museum of lace. It's beautiful. I wish I had a hallway I could do that with. I'll teach you how to hold things. Don't worry. Well, you're going to learn a lot. Like I say, Melinda, I'm going to blow your minds. I learned more with my first dolly that I did of Renelex than I did any other thing I have done. Hi, Carol. So yeah. Awesome. Awesome, Elise. You're gonna learn. Don't you love the way she words her patterns out? But have you noticed also that she is more of a traditional tatter? Hi, Pam. Well, hello, Jeannie or Jean. I cannot say that name for the save my life, okay? I get tongue tied. I'll just call you Mighty. That's much better. You're 2 rounds away from finishing her 2023. That is a beauty. That is a beauty. I got that one done. I forget who I gave it to. I gave it to somebody. Think of it as Dream of Jeannie. Yeah, I should. I should, because I can remember that, but I don't know why I have a hard time saying it. But I've got a Jean, I've got a Jean, and I've got a Jeannie. And they're all spelled similarly. So yeah, I could flub up my own name though. So that ain't saying a lot, is it? Y'all have to excuse Dennis. He's sharing my space until we get moved. He can't work in the other room. It's sort of kind of being packed up. Everything we pack goes in there. So y'all get to see him. He's back here doing his job, his paying job. You sound like me. I tell everybody that you can call me anything as long as you call me for supper. And it shows, doesn't it? Pam says hello, Dennis.
Hello.
Carmen says hello.
Hello, everyone.
They're all saying hello now. Hi, Heather. I got dry skin, really dry skin today. Everything is itching. Yeah, she's back there. She's always supervising. Yeah, you got something to say about it? Uh-oh. Boss lady's talking to you. Hi, Jeremy. She's going to give him a run for his money today. Melinda says hello, babe. I'm sorry. People like to talk to your dad. She's very vocal today. She's been that way since we started packing. I got a cream from Gold Bond for crepey skin. I have eczema, and it wherever it decides to break out, that's where I have it. And I got it real bad this year on my face. Once I get settled and everything and my nerves settle down, it'll get better, but it's abundant. And I bought this stuff for crepey skin that you're supposed to use on your neck if it gets too many wrinkles in there and stuff. And I thought, well, if that works on that, it's because all that is dry skin and your skin gets really drawed in. So I tried it and it works. The only problem is if you use it with tatting thread, it can leach onto the thread. So if you do tat with it and you got it on your hands, make sure you wash your tatting out with Dawn dish detergent. That will get it out. That's the only thing I have found that will get hand creams out of your tatting. If you don't, it will discolor the tatting. Thank you, Carol. I feel for you. I feel for you with the psoriasis. I've had eczema probably going on 40 years. It started on my hands. Both my hands would break out, and I just like, what are these things? And itch. And me with my nails, I was doing this, and I would cause them to bleed, literally bleed. And so I went to the doctors. I said, we got to do something. I can't do this anymore. It's driving me nuts. He said, that's eczema. It's real easy to cure. So he put me on, first he put me on steroids to get the worst of it out of the way. And then he gave me a steroid cream called triamcinolone. I put that on my hands. Oh God, didn't take long for it to go away. And as it stayed away for years. And back when my mother moved in with us, I think it was maybe a little bit before, she had dementia and I had to take care of her. And with that came the eczema back, but this time it came back in both ears. You'll see me, I'm ready to dig the china in my ears. And then it started breaking out up here when I went through all the family deaths. It's nerves. It's strictly nerve related. So, yeah, it's no fun. Hi, Anna. I can only tell you that I gave the address out to 3 people. That's all. I haven't talked to Georgia as of yet. I will give her a call. I try not to bother her too much because if it's beautiful weather up there, her and Richard's gone to the pond to fish. That's their thing. They go to the pond to fish. They had a huge pond on their property, and it's fully stocked. And they catch the fish and throw them back in, catch the fish and throw them back in. Yeah, and that's the thing. Both of those are basically nerve related, stress related. And when you get stressed, your nerves are triggered. So, yeah, it's a process. Our bodies turns against us every once in a while. I'm hoping once we get settled, um, it'll all settle back down and I can get things going in the right direction. Are y'all excited about the today's class and what's going on April 1st? I know we got a bunch of new students over this. Getting a lot of students from the channel itself. So we are up to 152 students as of right now for the Tat and Chat, folks. She is seriously wanting attention. Yes, Heather, there was. You didn't get it? Has anybody got a copy of that pattern we're doing today? If not, I get it. I get it. If I can get my mouse waking up. Oh, it woke up. It said hello. Let me get the pattern for you, hon. Won't take me but a second. We're running a little behind today. My brain is not in gear. We went through yesterday. Well, there was a tornado above us and there was a tornado below us. Then I finally got to get some sleep. And when I laid down, up it comes again. And we had tornadoes all around us. Hi, Teresa. And then the wind gusts come. I thought we was just going to blow to another country. I'm just saying. Then all of a sudden it got really, really cold and we were popsicles. Yes, she got the email. I sent it out this morning. She didn't get it. All right, Heather, what you need to do is add email dodo address. Did I give you an information packet when you signed up for the classes? If not, I'll make a note and I will resend it today directly to you from the Gmail account. Okay? I just sent you an email with the class. I sent the link in the class is what I'm trying to say. I will. Yesterday it was kind of rough. We were up, it was about 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning with storms. And these weren't storms to play around with. This was the one that wiped out half the United States. And needless to say, we fought that all day until probably 1, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. When I laid down to sleep, I had a headache. I had been up so much. When it's storming, I'm in an RV and we do this. We play the rock and roll dance. It's like somebody waking you up. I mean, somebody standing there shaking you on the arm, you can't sleep. So, and then my dog, she just skittish when it starts shaking. So, yeah, it's no fun, but it's exciting. I'll be honest with you. You never know what's going to happen from one day to the next. You know, that old saying, life's like a box of chocolates. Sometimes the chocolates end up everywhere. So, Jeremy, how'd you all fend? You and cut that house air heater off. It's starting to get a little toasty in here. Hey, it made it up to 50. Yeah, it's supposed. We're supposed to freeze tonight. We're supposed to get down in the 20s tonight. Yeah, I know. I'll be glad when Old Man Winter says bye bye.
You want the air on?
Now, if you can.
I mean, because the heat was on 70 and it's 74.
Well, go ahead. Y'all have to bear with me. It's going to whistle. And there she goes. It's on. We sit in the sun and we've got huge picture windows all the way around the rig. That's why all the shades have to be drawn. And it gets quite warm in here. You didn't get one either? Okay. What's your last name? I'm going to send you both an email packet. Okay. And in that packet, it's going to give you instructions. You have to list our email addresses in your contacts on your email account and mark them as not spam. I send out on average every week about 3,000 emails per class. And they look at that like, you're spamming. That's why we can't send links, by the truckload in the email anymore. And we can't send links, put links up on YouTube because they say we're spamming. I've got over 100,000 subscribers between the channels that we run. And so needless to say, yeah, it causes a problem. So if you all could just add us to your email as a contact and mark us as not spam, not trash, that thing, that we are a safe email, it'll take care of it. It should. And then if we have any problems after that, then we'll have to address them another way. Because we have a mail forwarding service. Gmail will only let us send 500 emails. The email that I send mail out from is emaildodo.com. But when I communicate one-on-one, it's the online tatting class at gmail.com. I should have had a PDF packet. I'll just send you another one, Jeannie. Don't worry about it. I got you covered. I just take care of it. So we have about 6 minutes. Then we can get started. I'll show you one of the things we're going to make today for y'all. For your eyeball entertainment here, we call this eye candy. Eye candy. See the eye candy? We're going to make this today. That's just one. I got another. Here's just some more eye candy. Eye candy. Eye candy. That's two. And y'all newbies are sitting there going, and what is that for? Oh, we got all kinds of fun little tools. And what we don't have, we make. There's another one. Some more eye candy. See? See? That's what we're going to make today. On top of the little egg pattern. But I want to go over things with you guys. Get some stuff out of the way for you. I got some announcements to make. Monica had snow. I heard about that snow. How much did you get? How much snow did you get, Carmen? Yeah, I know. We was cold this morning. I won't discuss the chill factor in here. We got the air conditioner going now. Hi, Derby. Glad you can make it. How you feeling? I can tell it was cold. I was looking at some of them temperatures. I was like, oh my gosh. The last time I seen a winter snow like what most of the country got, I was pregnant with my first child, and the ambulance came to get me. And we had concrete steps, three of them that went out the front door and down to the yard. The ambulance came to take me to the hospital because my labor pains were so close. I wasn't sure if we was going to have it on the way to the hospital or on the way out the door. And so anyway, they came and got me, and we was going down the steps. They had me strapped to the gurney, and the guy on the last step slipped. He fell. I went out in the snow, and the other one landed on top of me. So my son got here. My first child got here on a snow ski. That's what it is. It's a snow ski. So, and he's been going to town ever since. Yes, we do. It's the egg pattern. Did you not get yours either, Derby? How many didn't get the pattern? I'm going to post it again here in the class. Pam, after class, I want to ask you some questions about that, okay? There's the link, hon. That could very well be my fault today, okay? I have stories. I have stories to tell you all. Okay, Monica, there it is. Y'all go ahead and download it, print it. I'll wait. Hi, Helen. You're welcome, Derby. I will take care of all that today, guys. Janella, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, I got 258. I guess we can go ahead and get started. All right, Anna posted the house rules. Everybody read that and please follow it. We have right now, let me look here, how many students we have in the class that is recorded. Okay, we have 47 students currently recorded. Now, not all of them show if they're not subscribed, okay, or registered with YouTube. You have to be registered with YouTube to count. But they show me a tally of how many sitting in here right now. Okay? So we have 47 sitting here. So y'all make sure you follow the rules, especially with the Tat and Chat. Holy crap, we got 152 registered. That is a ton of people, and I love it. Thank you very much, Anna. Thank you. Yes, and I will get back to you. Lickety Split. That's my name. All right, it is 3 o'clock. I want to say welcome to everyone. You new students, welcome, welcome, welcome. We're glad you have us and we're glad you chose us. Today, you're going to have so much thrown at you, it's going to just blow your mind, but it's all fun stuff. All right. So if you've got a pen and a piece of paper, you might ought to keep that handy so that you can see what's going on. For those of you registered for the Tat and Chat, it's going to be a blowout session. However, we got some things we got to go over today on that as well. But first, let's get these announcements out of the way. Thank you, Heather, for your donation. It means a lot, and every penny counts, and it will go a long way. All right. We've got 2 tatting seminars coming up. The first one is Finger Lakes Tatting. It's coming up April 10th through April 12th. And you can sign up with them at fingerlakestatting.com. This year's theme is Tat Sweet. So if you're interested in going, go to their website at fingerlakestatting.com and sign up and go to your first, maybe your second, or could be your third tatting seminar. All right. Then we have Palmetto Tatting Guild. My heart. Okay. Oh, wrong side. My heart. There you go. All right. It is September the 24th through the 27th. It is called this year's theme, Loony About Tatting. And you can register for the seminar at palmettotatters.org. Okay. And do sign up. You're going to have more fun than you can shake a stick at. Jax, hey, 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 hey. You're going to have a lot more fun than you can shake a stick at. Let me tell you. I hope to be there this year. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed, fingers crossed, toes crossed. Okay. I would cross my eyes, but I'm afraid they'll stay that way. Now, talking about that, make sure if you're going, apply for scholarship. They can give you a partial, a full paid. It depends on the circumstances. I have no say-so, folks, on anybody that gets a scholarship. I have no say-so whatsoever. I just run the auction for them. That's all. I am called Gopher for a reason. Okay? That's my job title at Palmetto's. Gopher. So, with that said, the next thing we need to get into is how the classes will run. Can I repeat what? What do you need me to repeat? Palmetto Tatting Guild. Okay. Theirs is palmettotatters.org. Let me get that address for you. I have to do my thing here. There we go. Let me paste that here. That's for Palmetto's. And then we have Finger Lakes. Let me get their link. There you go. So you've got both links to both guilds that are having seminars. Okay. I go to Palmetto's. I haven't been to the other ones. I can't tell you what they're like or anything else. I do know the person that runs Finger Lakes comes to Palmetto's. That's all I can tell you. So with that said, let's get back to how this is going to work. The whole thing in a nutshell for the Tat and Chat. First thing, I am going to teach both tools. I am going to teach it in shuttle and in needle as 2 separate classes. Okay. I'm going to do shuttle in the morning, needle in the evening. Okay? Now, Georgia used to run the classes at 3:30 and at 8:30. I'm not going to do that. That puts it too late in some places and it puts it too early in other places. Okay? So, what I'm going to do is back it up a little bit. I'm going to teach a 2 p.m. class and a 7 p.m. class. That seems to be a good target area for the classes for the Tat and Chat. These are private classes. If you are not registered for the private class, you will not get in because these are paid for patterns. Okay? That is Eastern time zone. You can go to the world clock and get for your area, but it's Eastern time zone, which would be 1 p.m. Central, 12 p.m. Mountain, 11 a.m. Pacific. Okay? Anything outside the 4 area code or 4 time zones, you got to go to world clock. Okay? I know we got people from Venezuela, Brazil, all over the world. Okay. That way you can, catch it at your time zone. Now, if something happens and you miss a class, how do you watch the replay? Keep your links. All links. Hi, Tammy. All links will be sent to you through email. That's why you really need to make sure you're getting emails before we have the Tat and Chat. Okay? If you can't get in, your access to get in is going to be Pam. Okay? Pam will give you that address, but you must be registered. Okay? If you are not registered for the class, she will not give it to you. Okay? Do we understand? Got to be registered. Now, the next thing, you keep all that list of links. They will be marked lesson 1, lesson 2, but it will also say whether it's the doily or whatever pattern in the Christmas batch we're doing. Okay? Now, as far as the code, discount code, it has been extended, folks. Yes, you can buy all her patterns on that discount code. Okay? Doesn't matter which one. As long as you get the 2 for class, you're good. But if you want to buy more, you get 20% off. Okay? That's a heck of a deal because most of them give you 10. All right? So with that said, that takes care of the class. So we're going to do shuttle and needle on one day for one pattern, and then another day for the second pattern. I still will hold a regular class for those that didn't sign up for the Tat and Chat. Okay? Now, that one class, I'm going to do one class a week for regular students because the majority of you are coming to the Tat and Chat. I have to tell you, the most of you are coming to the Tat and Chat. Okay? So with that said, the other ones, we just do one. I'm going to do one pattern for them. Okay, shuttle and needle. I'm going to do the doily pattern, shuttle and needle, and the Christmas pattern, shuttle and needle. And the class times are going to be 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. for the Tat and Chat, 2 p.m. and 7 p.m. for the regular class. You can see we're changing things. We have grown, folks. We have grown. We have growing pains. So, with that said, is that going to be okay with you guys that we do it that way? Because you're going to have the replays on all. Give me a thumbs up if you all like that idea. Thummy, thummy, thummy. Okay, I'm gonna get to that next. Okay. All right. So far, we've got all thumbs, perfects, perfects, perfects. You can come to both classes. You're not banned from both classes. Okay. But it will be directed specifically. Okay. Now, here's the days of the week we're looking at, folks: Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I don't like to do Monday and Fridays. Again, I live in an RV. Okay. Monday and Friday are RV days, travel days, and such as that. If we go anywhere, our home goes with us. So, yeah, those travel days. Even though we're parking her, we're looking for another one to travel in. So, yeah. And I'll run classes while I'm traveling. Trust me. So, with that said, everybody's in agreement. So, it's going to be Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Now, here's the breakup: Tuesday will be Renelec Day, Wednesday will be Renelec Day, Thursday will be regular class day. Okay. So, our actual official time to start the Tat and Chat will be the last day of March, which will be Tuesday. Let me get the date for you: the 31st. All right. So, what do y'all think of that? That answer your questions? Does it make you happy, girls and guys? And it doesn't matter if you're a beginner, a very, very brand spanking new beginner, or a seasoned tatter. All is welcome, because I will start each session with, how do you really do this? Christmas patterns on Tuesday? Yep, we can do that. We got one for the dolly on Tuesday. All right, put your day in. Okay, what day you want Christmas and what day do you want for dolly? Let's start with dolly. Everybody put a bid in for, let's go Tuesday for the dolly. Let's try that. Give me how many thumbs up for a dolly on Tuesday? Repeat, the commercial got in the way. Okay, we're going to do all the classes on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Tuesday is the Christmas patterns, is what I said. Wednesday is Renelec Day, the dolly, but that is negotiable. Thursday is regular class day. We will do a morning and an afternoon session. Okay. So the morning session is going to be, or early day session, let's put it that way. I can't do weekends. I cannot do weekends, Tammy. The early session is going to be shuttle. The evening session is going to be needle. Okay. And we're going to take it step by step. It's not going to happen in one class, folks. We're not going to do a complete pattern in one class for Renelex. I want to walk you through it slow and steady. No mistakes. We want it right, and we want to learn. All right. Ann Fairchild wants Tuesday dolly. Okay. There's a lot of Tuesday dollies coming up here. Oh, so you want to split the 2 days. Okay. Well, what I was going to do is one on Tuesday, one on Wednesday, and then Thursday's a regular class. As long as it takes. I have no set schedule for anything. My job here is to walk you through step by step so that you have confidence in your next pattern, confidence in you, so that you can see what I see in you. How many of you said, I can't do this? And how many of you did I show you you could? How many of you said, I'll never do this in a month of Sundays, and then it was a month later and you was doing it? So we go as long as it takes. You are the important one. All right? Gives you more time. You do realize you're going to have as long as it takes you, Tammy. There's no set time on anything because you've also got the replays of all the class videos that we make of those patterns. And they're under a private listing. So general public can't go and do their thing. Okay, they're all saying Tuesday Christmas, Tammy. You got to talk to them. All right, well, I guess we're doing Christmas on Tuesday, Dolly on Wednesday. All right, we're going to write it down in stone. We're writing it down. Tuesday's Christmas. Jack says he's got a commercial. Says she's got a commercial. I don't know why I call it a he. You're a she. I think I need more sleep. All right, we're going to do it. All right, Tuesday is going to be Christmas. Wednesday is the dolly. Thursday, regular. All right. Okay, next thing on the list. Okay, folks, Pam is not in the email anymore. It's me, myself, and I handling the email. So any flub ups with email, that's on me. It's not on Pam. I've took it over because Pam's got a lot of other work she has to do. And Anna will be registering people in on Facebook. So if you apply to join the Facebook group, first of all, you have to join the classes. We can't accept you in unless we know who you are and where you are and all that's, good is golden. Then Anna will receive notification from me, but right now she's taking care of her parents. So I'm not going to be bothering her until she comes back. So for now, Pam's doing that. I will be sending her information to get you all into the Facebook group, but you still have to register through the Facebook group. You have to go out there. You have to go to the Facebook group, fill out the little paperwork thingy they got, and then sign up. All right. Once you do that, you're in at Facebook, but you've got rules for Facebook too. We are part of a nonprofit, folks. Okay. And I have to do what is right by that, but I'm also trying to get my own nonprofit. So if there's a screw up, they aren't affected. Okay. I don't want nobody to get in trouble because I'm brain dead. All right. So that said, that's what all this is for. There's a lot of changes. Plus, we have grown so much. Way so much. We now have 147,000 subscribers on all the channels. Okay, so we are huge. Okay, we are going through some serious growing pains. I'm also trying to get the website done. Dennis is doing what he can do to help me. I know nothing about website design. Okay. I'm putting it out there. So I'm slow. Okay. But I'm also old. So it goes hand in hand. Okay. So with that said, the bigger we get and the more we grow, it's just growing pains. Okay. But this is carrying forward Georgia's dream, and we're fulfilling it. Give yourself a round of applause. We are fulfilling her dream. You got it. You got it. So, with that said, today we've got some goodies for you. Pam, can you handle that? She's a wonderful lady. She is absolutely a wonderful lady. Pam, where you at? Are you here? I'll talk to her about it after class. Tammy wants to know if there's going to be a separate Facebook group for the Tat and Chat. What say you? I guess you know now why I took you out of the homework or the website, whatever, the thing you was doing before the email. Yeah, I'm tired. It's running back. Well, hello, Miss Deborah. How'd you doing? Yeah, there is going to be one, Pam. So you need to get it created, okay? And the only ones in there are people for the Tat and Chat. Now, I'm going to give y'all the last bit of good news. All right. You know how YouTube offers memberships? Well, I am seriously considering doing memberships for Tat and Chats. Okay. So if you all are interested in that, before I do any setting up of it, it will run just like it is. But if you sign up for membership, there's no commercials. Okay. And we have to get enough memberships in so that we can keep this thing going for Tat and Chats. All right. And we will do prime patterns on that. All right. I will get authorization from many, many people. Okay. To do prime patterns. So if y'all are interested, send it in, let me know, and then I'll get busy on it. Tammy's jumping on it. I mean, it's really great to do Tat and Chats. It really is, because you do learn a lot. So Jeremy's interested. Carol, I'm thinking it's like $5 a month, something like that. I don't know. Dennis is going to dig into it and get it figured out for me and get us all going. And it's like one of those, what do they call them? It's some kind of a pod thing that people do, and they charge and they do it once a month. Yeah, that tell you how much, internet stuff is Greek to me. Tammy, it's not me, it's you. It's you, all of you. Okay? Well, you'll have to buy the pattern. You'll have to buy the pattern. But I will always get you the best price in town. I mean, I got you 20% off on these. And they may just be Rental X, you know what I'm saying? No, it's not $5 for 16 classes. It's $5 a month, Pam. I don't know what's going on, Janella. I can't help you with that. It could be, I'm going to be serious with you. It could be weather related because a lot of people have lost power. So, but yeah, you'll have to buy the pattern. And no, Pam, you don't understand how it's going to work. Please don't. I do 16 classes in a month this time, and I'm doing them for free. So please don't. Okay, Melinda's interested. Janella's interested. I have to figure it out, Pam. I don't know, because it's glitching on my end too. And it's windy here. I ain't gonna lie. It's cold here. We got air conditioning running because it got so hot in the house. But hi, Brenda. I didn't even see you come in. Derby, it'll be there for you waiting. Okay. Awesome. So we got a lot of people wanting to do this. All right. And then we can run the regular class for those that don't want to do it as well. Yeah, I know. And the free classes I have to keep free, but the paid patterns, everybody wants to do them. And sometimes you need a little boost of help along the way. And that's what I like to do, is help people where they need the help. So, shall we get started with today's lesson? Well, we're glad you found us too. We're happy you're here. Yeah, trust me, it's up to the creator, and I'm not going to jack you out of your socks, or I wouldn't be doing free classes. Okay. But I have to make up some money because of the website. Every dime that I make goes straight to website and the streaming software, the email program, the things that are used for the classes. Which, by the way, I don't have my notebook, but I'll give you how much we owe in August for the bills as they are coming in. It's below 700 now. We have come a long way. A long way. Yeah, I do too. I do too. And to be able to do this together is awesome. But I don't want to put anyone in a hardship. I don't want to. Okay. And I do have some hardship students that I take care of. Okay. But if you all want to offer a membership to a student that is a hardship case, let me know and I'll give you their names. All right. I know. And I put it on limited ads. They won't let me take them completely out. It's Mary Atlier. So, with that said, folks, let's get into today's fun. All right. First thing on the list is, let's go down to the desktop. Let me switch my camera angle here. And I also need to tell you all that Thursday, there is no class this week. I have to take and go somewhere on Thursday. We was going down to take the dog to get her needles in the butt, and we can't do that Thursday. Dennis has some meetings to do, but I'm going to go get my hair done if I can, and it needs trimming. I'm sitting on it. Okay. So if I can get my hair done, great. And then after I get the hair done, I got to do some shopping to pick up some things that we need to move the rig. So I'm going to do that, and he's going to handle business calls sitting in the truck while I'm doing all the in and out running. So No class on Thursday. Pam's not handling email anymore. She is handling the Facebook group. Her job is homework in the Facebook group, the current Facebook group. The next Facebook group, it's strictly making sure everything is listed properly and nothing's, going to get us in trouble. So, hi, Desiree. Yeah, a gift membership. You're on a different channel and just listening in? All right. We'll figure all of that out, Tammy. No worries. No worries, babe. All right. So, y'all see all this stuff on my desk? I bet y'all don't know what this stuff is. Well, first of all, these are the type of needles for y'all to make these little fun things. I don't know if y'all's in here for this, for the demo. These is what we call a picker tool. Okay. You know how when you make a mistake and you'll use either the pick on the end of your tatting shuttle, the crochet hook on the end of your tatting shuttle, or just a regular crochet hook. Okay. You can also use shuttles that don't have a hook. Okay. And you can use a picker tool. And a picker tool is a blunt embroidery needle. Okay. So, with that said, that blunt embroidery needle, what it does is it'll pick out your mistakes when you have to do the ribbit dance or the frogget dance, whatever one you want to call it. It's when you're taking out mistakes. Well, this is made from the following needles. Okay. These are size 20 and 22 embroidery needles, tapestry needles, whichever you want to call them, but they are blunt tip. The size difference is the diameter. Okay. This one here is a 22. This one here is a 20. You see the difference? Diameter size. Now, you want the blunt tip so you don't poke yourself. Now, some of these crochet hooks that we use, they tend to owie, and then you got to go get a Band-Aid and hope you didn't bleed on your tatting. Well, you can get these DMC 18 embroidery needles. You see how big that eye is and the needle itself? You can get these at a 3-pack at Walmart. Okay. And they're, how much, Pam? $4? I got these for $3.97 for a 3-pack. Just when you get them, they're a little hard to get out of the box. Once you get them out, you're all home free. Now, what you want to do is you want to get some thread. Okay. What you're going to do, put that over there. You're going to thread your needle and put on just as much as you think you need. All right. Wrong thing, right thing. You grab one of these dilapidated needle threaders that I have destroyed from use, and you thread your needle. Okay. Try to stick with the thread size that goes with that needle, because if you get too thick of a thread in a small needle, you're going to be in trouble. Now, what you want to do, okay, is cut off even amounts of thread. Take the cap off your scissors and cut off even amounts of thread. Now, what we're going to do, once we get this cut, we've got to thread these beads on this thread. But first, we've got to tat up here. And this is called finger tatting. Okay? So we do a chain. So we wrap our hand for a chain. Okay, and we just start tatting. Under, over is the first half, and pull it down. Over, under is the second half. You want to do one stitch of a double stitch, okay? Get it all in place. Now you're going to do a lock stitch, a Josephine chain. Doesn't matter. It's whatever floats your boat, okay? Don't do a continual double stitch chain because then it's going to start curving, okay? So if you're going to do a Josephine chain, it's the same double stitch all the way down, okay? If you're going to do a lock stitch, it is the first half stitch, and then the second half is unflipped stitch, okay? So there we go. We're not going to flip it. We just lock it down. First half is a regular stitch. Second half, lock stitch. And it keeps a straight chain, okay? This chain here is the lock stitch chain. It is really pretty if you do this using 2 different colors of thread. And if you do use 2 different colors of thread, then you have to figure out how you're going to tie it off. Here it's tied off at the base and then it went down, okay? So they threaded the needle, they tatted it, and then they put their beads on, put a ring down here, and guess what? Bob's your uncle. You got it done. This one is also a lock stitch, and this is Handy Hands, the pink variegated. That's what that one is. This one here is a Josephine chain. That is 1/2 of the double stitch all the way down. Okay, everything's beaded on and not tied at the base. But what you can do, okay, with this is go back up through past the pretty little element here. Take your needle and, thread a needle and go back up through, come up through this bigger bead, tie it off there, put a spot of glue, Elmer's glue. You could even really use something like Fabri-Tac, something like that, or you can use the other stuff, what's it called, super glue, and glue it there. That knot ain't going nowhere. I'm just here to tell you it's not going nowhere. And then you got a pretty pick your tool, okay? So that's just a little fun thing for you to try to do. Just, beautify. Yep, Bob's your uncle. It's an old saying, Tammy. My family said that every time. Bob's your uncle. When it's something that, everybody needed to know, you got it out there. So, all right. But, it's a way to beautify our little tools and have fun. Okay. Now, the next thing that I'm going to do is put all this over here out the way. Now, I had a request for how to do loading loops. When you're working with your larger patterns, okay, you need loading loops. I'm just telling you, you need your loading loops. Why do you need loading loops? Because you don't want to have to thread this thing 50,000 times. Okay? A loading loop allows you less waste on your thread. Okay? Anybody that's bought tatting thread knows for a fact, that you waste a good 6 inches of thread every time you thread a shuttle, because as you get to the end of it, you have to calculate, okay? Am I going to have enough to do this ring? Am I going to have enough to do this chain? Well, guess what? You do a loading loop, you got enough, because you can use that loop as the do-da and the do-da. So we're going to make loading loops. So what I want you to do, and this is the way I always do it, I never measure, okay? I don't measure things. I'm not a measuring type of girl. Pull you off probably about 1 foot of thread, All right. And you're not going to waste an ounce of this thread. Okay. Follow me on this. First thing you want to do is make a slip knot. Okay. And the way I do it's the way my mom taught me. Okay. For those of you that have not tied a slip knot, my mom taught me how to do this. You take the thread, lay it across your hand and over the back of 2 fingers. Separate the 2 fingers, come back up and across the front. Bring that tail around to the front. Pull that finger out, the middle one. Hold that right there and start tightening that loop. You have to grab the right side, and tighten that loop down. Once you get it down, you have a tail here. Okay? As you can see, it slips. Now you want that to slip because what you're going to do is run it right through with a crochet hook. See the hole? Run the crochet hook. Tighten that puppy down on the crochet hook. Once you tighten it down, pull it through. Watch yourself going through. Keep it tight on that hook and bring it through. Okay? Now, run your loading loop down. This is for you shuttle tatters. Okay? Now what you want to do is open it back up just enough to thread the other end of your thread through. Okay? So it's going to look like this. You've went through the shuttle. This is the tail of the thread. This is your slip knot. Okay? Pull it down and do this. Okay? Pull it tight. Once you get it tight, you're ready on that side. On this side, fix your loop. This is your loading loop. Okay? I like to give myself plenty of thread with the loading loop so that I have a lot of room to play. Come on, get through there. If you have problems getting it through, you can always use your crochet hook. Of course, I lost my knot. Yep. Try that again. Fingernails in the way. Pull it down. Once you get it through, pull that knot down. You want that knot to get as close down here without going off. Walk it down. Okay. Pull it tight. Okay. Grab that. Pull it tight. Once you've got it, then it's ready to thread your shuttle. Okay. When you're ready to thread your shuttle, this is what you do. You grab some thread. I'm going to grab some out of here. Out of my box, so I don't have to open up a ball. I got some red thread right here on a little spool. What we're going to do, we're going to pull off some, lay it down. You see your loading loop? Run it through. Once you run that through, take your shuttle up through the loading loop, pull it down till it's together. Once you get it together, lock that in. When that thread changes color and it looks like a double stitch, you can start winding your shuttle. And you have all of this thread here to work with at the end. You bring this down. Let me show you. When you're ready to finish, you can open it back up. Bring it down all the way as far as you want. Okay? It's right there. And look at this. When you tat your project and you get down here to the end, how much thread are you really wasting? A smidgy. That right there is, oh, I snagged my thread. Not much at all. Okay? And you just wind it up and then you give yourself all this thread to work with. So when you're tatting at the end, you work it right there. You see how it covers your whole hand? You can get a good 10 stitches, if not more, with this loading loop. So if you want to save time, save money with your tatting thread, shuttlers, do it. Use the loading loop. Okay? And on these patterns that are humongous, dolly patterns, use the loading loops. Trust me, because you're going to get to a point in the pattern. Oh man, I've got one ring left. I wished I had enough to finish that ring. Well, there you go. You got enough to finish the ring. Then when you're done, leave it on the shuttle because you're going to use it again. Okay? So there you go. We got the loading loops. We got the shuttle. We got the little toys here, our picker tools. We got those handled. Now it's time to get involved in our next adventure. Let me get me something to put this in that it won't get lost. I got to put them back in the little jar that they go in. All right. Now, everybody, get your thread and everything ready, because I got to show you some goodies here. Yes, we are going to do this. I'm going to show you how to start with the needle. I'm also going to show you how to do it with the shuttle. I got my needles. I got my shuttles. I got both worlds going right here. If I can get that needle threader back in there. There we go. Now, I have this staged out so that we're not going to be stuck. All right. But this pattern, here it is. I got two patterns here. Got to put that one back. Y'all can't see that. All right. Now, that's next week. Here is the pattern. This pattern came from the vintage books, Priscilla Tatting. I am thinking this is her first book. I could be wrong. It's been a while since I've done this pattern. But the wording on this pattern is like you will find in every single one of the patterns put out by any vintage artist. Okay. Now, the thing is, they're hard to read. They don't have a legend to follow. Okay. So what we are going to do is tat this pattern. And I'm going to show you how to follow along using just the numbers and what they say they go to. Okay. Our diagram is going to be this egg. Okay. Now, mind you, this was a collar, and this is one of the motifs of that collar. See how you can take a vintage pattern and convert it to something else? And you're not stepping on nobody's fancy footwork if you use the vintage books. If you come up with a pattern and you say, that's an egg. Doesn't it look like an egg? But it's actually part of a collar. Okay? So with that said, I got all kinds of goodies on my table here. This is the finished egg in size 20. Okay. The thread that I used is, this is size 20, color number 109. I don't remember the name. I'm thinking it's Easter egg or something like that. But it's a variegated. Now you could do this in any color you want. Okay. You could do it in blue. You could do it in red, whatever. If you're going to attach this to an egg, I would venture to tell you that, yeah, it better be one of them great big plastic eggs. Okay. Because it's huge. This is size 20. I got a 10 over here I'm going to show you. But you can attach this to those jumbo plastic eggs. And what you do is you stitch like a Josephine chain or something between the front and the back. Make two of them. Okay. So here is what I'm going to show you on this. All right. And then I'm going to walk you through on the other, the size 10. And then I'm going to do it in needle. Get this all twisted. Does your thread twist and drive you crazy? Yes, it does. Often. All right. Now, got this all in my hands. Every bit of this pattern you can walk through by stepping out. Okay? I have it set up down here for those of you that want to cut and tie and sew in your ends. Bless you. Okay? This is for those who do not want to cut and tie and sew in their ends. The first round of this pretty little egg is this centerpiece right here. This is tricky. Okay, folks? It's tricky no matter which way you go because the pattern says that you make a ring of 8 picots separated by 2 double stitches. It doesn't tell you how you need to tat that up. This is where experience comes into play. Experience tells me that if I tat it up like these instructions say, and I'm going to show you. This base piece here, when I put in that last picot, I'm going to end up with 4 picots here together. You don't want that. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to break up that last double stitch. So you start off, you do 1 double stitch, a picot, and then 2 double stitches, picot, and you do that around for 7 turns. Okay, for 7 picots, and your last one will be a single picot. Well, or a single double stitch, and then you step out using the picot to the next round. Well, we're at that stepping out phase, okay? Because we have to step out to do this little triangle piece right here. Now I'm going to show you that triangle piece. Here it is, okay? It is 3 individual rings tatted up side by side. There is no break between them. I use the tail piece to tie the 3 together because they don't have joins on the sides. Okay, so what I did is I just took this and I wrapped it and I tied it in a knot. Now, once it's tied in a knot, you hook this onto a needle and you sew the ends in. But the way we're going to do it is we're going to walk out to that round. And if you look, you've got to walk out either this side or this side. Pick your battle. Okay? Now, I decided to walk out on this side, make this 3 rings, and then come back in here. Okay? Then I can cut and tie. Because once I cut and tie, I have enough room on this ring to sew in those ends. Now you can go and you can use those magic thread trick. Go ahead. I've showed it on enough videos. Y'all should know how to do magic thread. Okay. Today we are sewing ends. We're not magic threading it. Okay. So this shows you should plan your patterns before you attack. Because you've got the ring of 8 picots. You've got this round here. You cut and tie here. That's 2 ends. Cut and tie on this. You've got 2 ends. Then you cut and tie on this. You've got 2 ends. Then you cut and tie here and you got 2 ends. All that's going to show. And the less ends you've got to cut and tie, the better off you are. So this pattern calls for, on this round, the rings are 3 picot, 3, join to a picot, 3 picot, 3. And you're going to do that on every one of these rings or picots. Now, here is where we go with this. All right. We've got 2 sides we have to join. So the first side is where we're going to join our step out. Okay. So what we've got to do is put in 4 double stitches for this chain. It's 3 and 4. Now we've got 5 picots we've got to put in, and they're separated by 2 double stitches. Have y'all read through this pattern? Because it says it right here. Okay, where are we at? Right there. Chain 4 double stitches, 5 picots separated by 2 double stitches, 4 double stitches. Okay, so you go like this. You put your picot in. I'm not going to measure them. You need to on this pattern, but I'm not right now. Okay, so we got 1. We put in a double stitch. That gives us 2 double stitches. For you new beginner shuttle tatters, watch my hands. Roll that stitch. This is your first half. You go under, over, and pull it. If you let go of this finger and pull this tight, your stitch will automatically flip. For those of you that have difficulties with that, you can do reverse riego or riego method, and it will just automatically flip. Okay, there's 2. And we're going to do 3. Do 2 double stitches, slide it over. That's our 3rd picot. We're going to do 4. 2 double stitches, slide it over. Give ourselves some more thread on that. And do 5. Okay. Now we're supposed to have 4 at this end. Now see that picot's a little crooked. I can pull it up. It just grew up. All right. There's 2, 3, and 4. All right. Now we got to put a ring in here. Once you do that, okay, folks, mind you, these are vintage patterns. These were done in size, let's see, 40 thread. I'm using size 10. Do you know what this is going to do? This is going to bunch. It's supposed to, okay? When you step up or down more than 1 size thread, it's going to cause you to bunch up, or it's going to cause you not enough. Okay, and then you start that cupping stuff. We don't want that. But the bunching is not preventable. I use size 10 so that you can see the stitches and how they're working and how everything goes. This is size 40, no bunching. I didn't press it. I didn't block it. It's just like it is when I tatted it. Okay, so remember that when it calls for a specific size thread, you either use that thread or you have to adjust your stitches. That is not rewriting a pattern. That is not making a new one. That is called adjusting your stitches. Okay, so let's go in here and let's get this ring on, and I'm going to show you how to step out to that next round. So we put in 3 double stitches. This is our 3rd one. We put in a picot. Okay, 3 double stitches. And now we're going to join to that picot right there. So reach in there, pull that down, grab that thread and pull it up. If you can't get it with the hook on the end of your tail, use your crochet hook. Now, you see how all this is bunching together? Fold that out of your way. It's only thread, folks. It's not going to hurt it. It's not going to cry. It's not going to get mad at you. Fold it over out of the way. Okay? There we go. Open it up. Give ourselves some more thread and put in another picot. All right. That's 1, 2, and 3. Now we've got that in. Okay. Now remember, these rings are not joined together. They're run loosely. If it was joined together, we would have done a folded join here. No, it didn't call for it, so we didn't do it. but we have all 8 spokes done. Okay, now we're going to do our final chain on this, and this chain is where we're going to step out around. Carmen had a little issue. A couple other people had issues with this. This is called a split chain. When we do a split chain, the chain is split in half just like a split ring, and you're stepping out. You will join that split chain on this side as well as this side. You'll come off from this side and split to the other side. All right. Oh, got the threads twisted. My bad. My bad. My bad. There we go. Now we'll get it right. That we will. How do you know which thread is going out and the one you're supposed to use? It's what's on top. This will always be the thread that goes on the loom, the one on the top. Okay? And usually your mistakes, when you make a mistake, is on the chain side. All right, so let's put in our 4 double stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I grabbed the wrong side, didn't I? I sure did. I was right, just flipped it around. See, these are the kind of mistakes you're going to make. Don't you love it when I make them? Then you don't feel so silly. I remember when I first started tatting. This is a fact, Jack, okay? When I first started tatting, I thought all my tatting had to be perfect. Okay? No, it has to be perfect for you. Doesn't have to be perfect for the other person unless it's competition. Now, I will reiterate that. If you are doing competitions, yeah, if you want the big prize money, make sure it's perfect. Okay, I'll show you how to be perfect, but I'll also show you how to be not so perfect. The best tatting and the best craft item you can make is the one that has an imperfection in it. Anybody know why the imperfection is required in a craft project when you give it away? Because that imperfection proves a machine didn't do it. Because machines are programmed to do it right. People are not. And if you give your tatting to somebody and they don't know anything about tatting, they just like the lace, okay, they're not going to see that mistake. They don't know it as a mistake. So don't worry yourself over imperfections, okay? The only time an imperfection is a problem child is if you're in a competition. We are not competing for anything. We just want it all nice. It makes it yours. You're right, Carmen. It makes it yours. That's 2, 3, and 4. We're caught up to where I just screwed up. Now we need our little picots. Now, remember this is a split chain. Okay? When we're going to split this, we have to split it in the middle. Because in the middle is the picot that this triangular shape piece is going to join. So that's where we want to step out so we can step right into the triangular piece. Okay, so let's put in our first picot. If we can keep our shuttle in our hand today. Got running shuttles, I'm telling you. Used to have flying shuttles until somebody asked me how they could get their hands on some flying shuttles. I said, oops. Yeah, I get all kinds of silly questions, but that's okay. That's okay. They give me a good laugh, and it was meant as a joke. So, all right. Mighty says, soul your soul doesn't stay because you put your soul in on all your work. The mistake lets it escape. Old wives' tale. I like that. I like that. All right, now we're at the split point. Now, when we're splitting our chain, okay, because we've got this flopsy going on here, when we split it, we can adjust for the flopsy or we can keep it temperamentally straight, okay? The way I do is I tighten it up to where the stitches almost fold over each other, pull it up where it's supposed to pop out, and that's where I go and pull my join at. So I grab my crochet hook, okay? I'm going down there. I'm going right at the base of this ring, okay? We're going out. And we're going to grab that thread. We're going to pull it. Now, here's what's going to happen. Just like it just did. Oh, excuse me. Not bad manners. Must have been a good breakfast. All right. We pull that up. All right. Give ourselves plenty of room to play with. Here's our chain. Adjust our chain. Okay. Keep adjusting until this center picot that's going in here is in line with this chain over here at the top. It should reach the same height as this one as well. Okay. Once you get to that, grab your shuttle and you're going to make a lock join. So come through that little opening. Make sure everything's in place because this is going to stretch out. Okay. So make sure it's just a little shorter than it needs to be. Not much. And then tighten it down. Keep it in the pinch till you get everything tight. And there we go. Now here comes the fun stuff. This is what confuses everyone. Again, mistakes. Doesn't matter which side you choose as long as you get it on there. Okay. This, if you're doing it for competition, remember it has to be right. But if you're doing it for practice, it doesn't have to be right. You just have to know how to do it. The perfection comes later. Everybody got that? Perfection comes later. So now take that off of our hand. No more loom. We're going to reach through there. I lay my shuttle down and I use a crochet hook for this. Pull my thread up and I loop it on my finger because I don't want my thread to get twisted with itself, because this is where the rubber meets the road. We either do it right or we do it wrong. Which way are we going to do it? We're going to do it right. Now, we want to pull it back through. Okay. Like that. Till it pops out the other side. Now watch what I'm doing. I'm going to place that stitch over here next to this right here. Once you do that, take your shuttle, bring it down. Okay, it didn't do it. I did the wrong thread. I don't like variegated threads with stuff like this. I really don't. I like solids because you can see what you're doing better. Try it again. Yeah, wrong thread. Take that thread in the back. Out of my way. Pull it up. Loop it on the finger. Pull it up and run our shuttle up through it. Okay. Thought there was a problem with it. And these split chains, split rings, this is all newfangled stuff. Okay. Pull it over. Then you run your shuttle back through to create the second half of the knot. You line it up. Pull it down. Okay. Grab it from the back and pull it down. Lock it in place. You'll see it all come together. You just have to play with it. Line it up. First half, second half, first half, second half. The best way to describe this is when you're working on a cabone ring. You do these same steps and you get a double stitch and you work your way over, putting in your picots until you meet back over here. Okay, so we're going to continue. We're going to put in a picot here soon. Fold it back around. Pull it back up. Run your shuttle through. But you got to make sure that that doesn't twist. If it does, then it won't lay right. Okay, line it up, pull it over, pull it down. Okay, see, it twisted. It's fiddly. I won't lie to you. It's very fiddly. It can be a headache at times. So practice makes perfect. We got 2. We're going to work on number 3. Pull it over. Pull it down through there. Okay. Walk that over. Run your shuttle through. Pull it down. And you just keep going until you get it all in there. You're welcome. We'll see you next class, okay? Have a good day. Now, to put in our picot, you just do the same thing, but you just leave enough gap, okay? Now, here we go. Pull it over, pull it down till we get it down there to where it's controllable and pull it back through. Okay? I'll show you how to do this on needle in just a second. We'll make it to this point and then that's it. Now we've got to run our shuttle through to finish that stitch out and we are done. Okay? Now to get your picot in, you just put a picot in basically. I'll go ahead and put one in and show you because we're going to climb out here so I can show you how to climb out. I haven't got all my stitches in, but that's all right. This is lessons. Pull it up through, run the shuttle through, fold it back down, grab it with your shuttle, pull it up. Don't let that twist, run the shuttle through. Now, walk it over. If you're not going to walk it over, you want a picot there. You want to walk it back and give yourself a picot right there. So use that. Pull out enough thread. Remember, a picot is a double stitch that hasn't grown up. Okay? Pull it all down, tighten it all down. There you go. You've got your picot in. It twisted, but it's there. There's your picot. Now, we're going to step out to the next round. Wrap your hand into, what are we going out to, a ring? Okay, so we're going to wrap our hand as a ring using our second shuttle. Okay, we're going to do a split ring and a split chain. We're going to do a split chain into a mock picot into a split ring. Wrap your hand. Mock picot goes like this. First half the stitch is flipped. Measure out your picot. Second half is not. It locks. Now you wrap your hand with your second shuttle for your split ring only. Okay? So you do 3 double stitches. We're just going to put a split ring in. Okay? Or 6 double stitches. 3, 4, 5, and 6. Flip it over the hand. Flip our hand over for the split ring. Do the other 6. Go for second half first, first half second. 2, 3. Can you tell this is twisty thread? 4, 5, and 6. Got our 6 in. 6 on each side. We're going to pull it, close that ring, and we have just stepped out to the next round. And you can use that technique to step out on any round. It takes practice. Okay, Elise, thank you for coming, hon. All right, folks, we're almost out of time. We are out of time. We're 15 minutes past. But needle tatters, if you can follow along and do just rings and chains, okay? Here is your first round. Your second round comes in like this. Here's the second round. Like I said, size 10 thread. It's a doozy. And we're going to do the same thing, okay? But with needle tatters, you don't step out around, okay? You can sew your ends in and tie them in and go each round individually. So with that said, I'm sorry we ran out of time, but I can always pick up next class, next Tuesday, and we'll pick up from there. All right? And we'll do the completed egg, both in shuttle and needle. All right? But we're going to walk it out step by step. All right? Are there any questions? Anybody got any questions? Let me switch cameras here. My nose is itching. Which one of y'all is coming to see me? All right. So we'll catch it up next class. All right, folks. Sorry we ran out of time, but we had a lot of announcements this week. I hope I taught y'all something. Hey, happy St. Patty's Day. Put on your green hat, coat, glasses, and shoes, and wear your shamrock. Awesome, awesome, Granny. Awesome. All right. Is there any more questions, folks? Anybody got any more questions? If not, we're going to call it a class, and I will see you all next Tuesday. Remember, there's not class Thursday. I'll see you next Tuesday. We'll pick up where we left off. I've got it laid over here. It's waiting for next week. With that said, may all your threads make beautiful lace. I want you all to have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful rest of your week. Hopefully the cold weather will leave. It'll be beautiful blue skies and sunshine for everyone. That said, happy tatting, everyone. I will see you all next Tuesday. Bye, y'all.